Welcome to JSA TV, where we're covering the latest the latest news trends and innovations from thought leaders like this guy to my right from within the digital infrastructure industry. I'm Dean Perrine, and we are coming at you live. That's right, we are live, Rodney, from PTC 2026.
Aloha.
Aloha to you, sir, in beautiful Honolulu, Hawaii. And as I said, this guy to my right is Mr. Rodney Dellinger. Rodney is the web CTO at Nokia. We've heard of that company before.
Yeah, you have, Dean. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
This PTC is amazing. I've never seen more participation. It's all about this boom of AI and the connectivity that goes with it.
You have hit the nail squarely on that head, Rodney. So, AI boom. We're talking about everybody who has sat in that chair has said AI at least once during every conversation
exactly.
that I've had. But and obviously AI comes with its own unique set of challenges, and depending on where you operate in the implementation of AI, each stage of that implementation has its own set of unique challenges. Nokia solves for some of those challenges. Why don't you tell our viewers a bit about that?
Sure. Probably one of the main challenges that you have with all of this is space and power. I mean, in reality, if you're looking at like data center training, the theoretical thing is to make the world's largest data center, but that just can't exist. And so, no, not yet.
Yeah, right.
And so what you're trying to do is now you need to federate out all that training across distance, which now that's increasing capacities and networks, but that doesn't ever take away the power constraint at each individual location. And so what we're doing now is you're seeing the advance of Coherent pluggable technology that's going into the routers and switches to really this IP over DWDM paradigm that people have been talking about forever.
Yeah.
And so where before it's not like it's new.
Yeah.
It's just that now before it was just being used in like little metro shorter links. Now it's being used in much longer terrestrial links, and that you're soon going to see them used in subsea as well, because they're space and power optimized for really this expansion and explosion of capacity.
So where's this all going? If you could, get out your crystal ball, the challenges that we're seeing today, how are they evolving? How might they evolve? What are some of the next generation of challenges?
The next generation of challenges it has to do with this scale that we're experiencing. And so you can't really deploy with scale unless you have some sort of standard products and standard ways of operating. So we've developed some automation in Nokia called event-driven automation that we pushed inside our data center products to help you deploy that data center fabric far faster, because if you deploy at kind of the standard pace, you're never going to get there. And so one of the other constraints is time as well in this, and so you have to have automation as a part of this as well.
Yeah. That's an interesting concept. Like if you're jogging alongside at the same pace as the industry, you kind of never actually achieve what it is that you're trying to achieve.
That's right. So you have to change a whole new way of working. And a part of what I talked about before with the IP over DWDM, you're removing equipment from the network, and so it's easier to deploy, it's easier to operate, because now you have less things to power, less things to upgrade software on, and less things to fail in the network. So you're making a more reliable, lower power network.
I love it. So, supercycle, my favorite word, my absolute
AI
favorite,
supercycle.
AI supercycle, my favorite, like we'll say term, buzzword of the day.
Yeah.
Your play in the AI supercycle.
We believe at Nokia we are probably one of the best positioned suppliers to meet in this space for a couple of reasons: the breadth of our portfolio and also the breadth of our reach. Nokia has optical solutions to connect the data centers together. We have this ICE X800 pluggable to do 800 gig wavelengths in a pluggable over 1,500 kilometers. That's a huge distance compared to what it used to do. We also have data center switching fabrics that go inside the data center. So whether you're inside the data center, basically from the edge of the server to the edge of the server, we can provide the connectivity all the way across. And the nice thing about that is because we have this global scale, when I talked about before, you're having to federate all these data centers around the world. We operate all around the world. And so whether you want to operate in North America, the Middle East, Asia, Nokia can be there to provide you that connectivity.
I'm so glad that you said the word connectivity, because it's not a word that a lot of people are talking about. I guess last year I started hearing more about the network and kind of like the network's importance in actually making AI applications a reality.
That's right.
And so it's just like, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. That's like, it's kind of like traditional telecom. Like,
that's exactly it. And so what's funny is one of our marketing guys, and I totally steal this from him, I'm plagiarizing him. He said that in AI, the data centers are the brains of the AI, but the network is the cardiovascular system.
Yeah.
And you really can't have one without the
Yeah.
other. And so, it's not about it's connecting all this stuff for the training, it's connecting all this data together. But then to you and I, when we interface with Gemini, or when some enterprise uses like a large language model to get there,
Yeah.
like they have to have the network to do it.
That user experience is literally dependent on it. Right?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And you need it. And now you need a low latency network, because we've all been conditioned in the last few years to have very short attention spans, and software
I
hasn't
forgot
even
your name already. I'm just kidding.
And so what you have to have a low latency network, which means putting more content and putting more inferencing closer to the end user. And so the connectivity, it's just more of it. Everything is just more is what we're seeing.
Yeah, and that's precisely what I'm hearing. But it's a little refreshing, frankly, to be talking about it from the network connectivity standpoint.
Yeah.
Because those are to me, that's where the rubber kind of meets the road. I think about, like, if I'm a healthcare provider and I've got an IoT device that is using or employing AI to help diagnose fetal abnormalities or things like that. Without the connectivity, the AI is useless.
Totally useless. So why would you have gone to that expense and made that?
Right.
And so you have to have that reliable connectivity, and from your point of presence to the inferencing location, and then back to the large language models themselves. It's all part of this connectivity, the entire part of that AI connectivity or AI compute chain.
The LLMs can't learn without the network.
Correct. They have to ingest all this information. They have to take every book and every movie and every song ever written and put them in to digest the large language model, or create it rather. And you can't do that without a network. It doesn't. No one's shipping it to them in crates. Like,
it's there.
It's there. Ta-da! That's right. That's right.
No, exactly. Rodney, that's all the time we have.
Oh wow!
Is there anything else that you wanted to say? The show's going well for you.
The show's going great for us. We've never had more customer meetings than we've had at this show.
I love it.
And it's a really awesome time to be in the industry. And
it really is, and it's an awesome time to be talking about all of the kind of the folks that are operating on the periphery, that ultimately, if they don't exist, AI doesn't exist.
Correct.
If they don't exist, what we think about as the future or of innovation, it doesn't exist.
Correct.
And so we're not just seeing data centers here, and we're not just seeing the traditional or the most common players. We're seeing all of those other kind of ancillary players that are critical to actually making it happen.
If there's not a power system connected to the data center, it doesn't get turned on.
That's
so you're
it.
exactly right.
Yeah.
The entire part of the ecosystem is here at this show.
Yeah. Rodney, thanks so much for being here.
Dean.
You bet.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. And thank you, viewers, for watching JSA TV. We'll see you very soon.